You will become fearless when you realize that you create your entire reality and when you take control of it. Me, hi Adama, can you explain this to us please? Adama, hello Sheran. I can. It's the truth. The reason you fear your reality, or aspects of your life is because you don't control them. The reason you don't control them is because you haven't stepped into your power. You're still feeling like a victim. Outer Earthlings fear their future. They fear what will happen to them, not understanding they create it. You spoke of several fears that you have that the Dark Ones use to harass you with, one of which is narcissistic, violent men. You're in a loop. You're repeating this loop over and over and continuing to attract men you fear will either beat you or kick your door in. The reason for this is because you still allow them into your life with your mind. Me, light snaps on. Adama, so you understand, then. Create a vision of your life the way you want it. You envision weight loss and better health, you envision an increase in prosperity, now envision a decrease in toxic people around you. You are so certain of so many things, you absolutely know that they'll happen. Now you have to absolutely know of things that won't happen, so envision a life without them. There is no karma for anyone any longer. What's happening to you on the outer planet is your fears are keeping the Dark Ones alive. When you lose your fears, you'll lose the Dark Ones. You speak of the Matrix and how it sends Smiths to torment you. Now be a Neo and battle the Smiths. Me, LOL. Adama, Neo battled his Smiths and eliminated every one of them that was sent to torment him when he went back into the Matrix. He grew stronger and more self-aware the more you got into the plot of the story. Orpheus tried to tell him who he was, but he had to, like you all do, learn to realize for himself. Be a Neo and create your own timelines. Forget about the Matrix. It can't harm you unless you let it. Let's just say that every time Neo hooked into the Matrix, it's because he had another negative thought he was creating into a reality. Then he had to go and fight the Smiths, who represented the negative reality he created. Me, what do you mean there's no karma for anyone any longer? Adama, your collective negativity has been transmuted to neutrality. Yes, Earth's people are ready to ascend. Me, I see a lot of people still behaving in non-ascension ready ways. Adama, I said Earth's people are ready to ascend. I didn't say they will ascend. People will ascend when they learn to stop being negative. When they stop creating unrealities. Your collective unconscious has been transmuted to a neutral state. Earthlings aren't carrying the baggage they have for eons. Me, that's pretty good. So this is really about training our minds now. Adama, yes, Sheran. You noticed the other day that manifestation happens a lot more quickly than it ever did before. Me, yes. Adama, you thought of a neighbor who's been doing something that annoys you and he showed up the next night. You had a talk with him and told him how you felt and he seems different now, so Neo battled this Smith. You're not so afraid of him. But the point is, that you thought of him and he came by the next day. Had you not thought of him in fear, he wouldn't have showed up. That's my point. You have so much control over what you attract and you don't realize it. That's what people are learning now. Not so much clearing of old karma. They're learning how to use their divine gifts. And the first rule is you create your reality, so think of nice things that you want to have in your life. I hear you. You want Ivo. Yes, he is a nice thing, isn't he? LOL. Me, yes. Adama, keep your focus positive. Always. Don't think of how the Matrix harasses you or it will. Don't think of family members you no longer want to deal with or they'll show up. Don't dread things happening that you don't want to deal with, otherwise they'll happen and you will have to deal with them. Keep your focus absolutely, totally, and completely on what you want, not on what you don't want. And I can't stress that point enough. Do not entertain thoughts of what you don't want because you'll have to deal with them. Did you understand that? Do not think about things you fear or don't want to happen, because you'll create them. Think only of what you want. Even if you have to think about Ivo all day long, then that's what you do. Me, okay. Adama, whenever you slip up, you'll know because things you don't like will start to happen. You'll know you thought something that you don't want because it will be there, to torment you. You're seeing now that you have longer periods of pleasantness where you can go about your work and taking care of yourself, and that's because your mind is more positive. Do not focus on what you don't want. Just don't. If you haven't been able to do it before, do it now, become a positive thinker. Only want the best always for yourself and others. Take complete responsibility for every thought you think. Take responsibility for your every thought because they all count. Every one of them. Your mind is your best friend or your worst enemy, it depends on how you use it. Focus is everything, so focus only on the good and what you want for yourself and others. Me, thank you Adama. Adama, you're welcome Sheran. I wish you the best.